Ridgewood High. Just your typical brick-and-mortar school, nothing special. Dull yellow hallways, lockers dented with age. The walls, once vibrant, now faded and chipped, told stories of countless students who had walked these corridors. The floors creaked under the weight of history, each step echoing the past. The smell of stale pizza lingering in the air. The cafeteria, a place of laughter and gossip, now stood silent, with remnants of yesterday's lunch scattered around. The tables, marked with initials and doodles, bore witness to countless teenage dramas. It held the same mundane routine every day, until that Wednesday. The clock ticked away, marking the passage of time, each second blending into the next. The bell, once a signal of change, now just a reminder of the monotony. The morning began like any other. Students shuffled through the halls, their backpacks slung over their shoulders. Conversations about homework, weekend plans, and the latest gossip filled the air. The usual hustle and bustle of teenage life. Teachers sipped lukewarm coffee, bracing themselves for another day of algebra equations and Shakespearean sonnets. Their faces, etched with years of experience, showed a mix of weariness and dedication. They prepared their lessons, unaware of the impending change. Little did they know, the mundane was about to take a terrifying turn. The air grew thick with an unspoken tension, a sense of foreboding that no one could quite place. The familiar halls seemed to whisper secrets, hinting at the darkness to come, a turn darker than anyone could have imagined. Shadows lengthened, and the once comforting routine of Ridgewood High began to unravel, revealing a sinister undercurrent that had been lurking just beneath the surface. Third period. Miss Lewis's history class. The room was filled with the usual hum of students shuffling papers and the occasional whisper. The walls, adorned with faded maps and historical timelines, seemed to close in as the minutes dragged on. A dull lecture on the American Revolution. Miss Lewis's voice droned on, a monotonous backdrop to the students' daydreams. Then a gasp. It sliced through the monotonous drone of Miss Lewis's voice, sharp and unexpected. Heads snapped up, eyes wide with curiosity and confusion. All eyes darted toward the source. Sarah, a girl known for her love of vampire novels, stood frozen. Her face was pale, her hands trembling, her eyes wide with terror fixed on a spot beneath her desk. The room seemed to hold its breath, the air thick with tension. A crimson stain was slowly spreading across the classroom floor, its edges reaching out like grasping fingers. The silence was shattered. The bright red liquid contrasted starkly with the dull, worn floorboards. Murmurs rippled through the room. Whispers of confusion and fear spread like wildfire. What was that? Is it paint? Ketchup? The questions bounced from one student to another, each more frantic than the last. Then the metallic scent of blood reached their nostrils. It was unmistakable, a scent that sent a chill down their spines. Realization dawned, twisting their curiosity into sheer terror. Faces turned pale, and some students began to back away from the spreading stain. A collective gasp echoed through the room, followed by a chilling silence. The weight of the moment pressed down on them, leaving them paralyzed with fear and uncertainty. Miss Lewis, usually calm and collected, was now pale as a ghost. Her eyes darted from the blood to the terrified faces of her students. Something was wrong. Very wrong. "Run!" she screamed, her voice uncharacteristically shrill. "Everyone, out of the classroom, now!" Her words, laced with panic, were a command. No explanations, no time for questions, just a desperate urge to escape. The students scrambled out of the classroom in a frenzy, their fear palpable. Section 4. The School in Chaos. The hallway became a torrent of panicked teenagers, their screams echoing through the school. The news spread like wildfire. Blood in Miss Lewis's classroom. Someone's hurt. The school went into lockdown. Sirens wailed in the distance, growing louder with each passing second. Police cars swarmed the school grounds, their flashing lights painting the building in an eerie red and blue. The investigation began. Yet, as hours turned into days, the police found nothing. No source of the blood, no injured person, no explanation. Section 5. Whispers in the Wind. Fear gave birth to rumors. In the hallowed halls of Ridgewood High, whispers carried more weight than shouts. The air was thick with speculation, each murmur a thread in a web of fear. Wild theories spread through the school like a virus. Conversations in hushed tones became the norm, as students huddled in corners exchanging glances filled with dread. Theories ranged from the plausible to the absurd, each one more chilling than the last. Some whispered about a prank gone wrong, a harmless joke that had spiraled into something sinister. The details were always vague, but the fear was palpable. Others spoke in hushed tones of a secret society and a ritual sacrifice, their eyes darting around as if the walls themselves had ears. The idea of a hidden group pulling the strings from the shadows added a layer of paranoia. The blood in Miss Lewis's classroom remained an enigma, a dark stain that no one could explain. It was a focal point for the fear, a tangible reminder of the unknown, a terrifying mystery that clung to Ridgewood High like a shroud. The once lively school had transformed into a place of dread, where every shadow seemed to hide a secret. The school had become a breeding ground for fear, a place where the line between reality and rumor blurred. Students walked the halls with caution, their eyes wide with suspicion. Every creak of the floorboard, every whisper of the wind, seemed to carry a message of doom. The atmosphere was thick with tension, each sound amplifying the unease. Every flicker of light, every shadow that danced on the walls added to the growing sense of dread. The school had become a place where fear was the only constant. Life at Ridgewood High was no longer ordinary. The mundane had been twisted into something unrecognizable, a daily struggle against the unknown. The stain had seeped into the very fabric of the school, a dark mark that seemed to grow with each passing day. It was a symbol of the fear that had taken root, turning the mundane into the macabre. Ridgewood High had become a place where every day was a new chapter in a never-ending horror story. Section 6. An unanswered enigma. The blood on the classroom floor remained a mystery. Life at Ridgewood High resumed, but the fear lingered. The incident became a chilling reminder of the unknown, a testament to the fact that some things simply defy explanation. So, if you ever find yourself walking down a quiet school hallway and see a crimson stain spreading across the floor, remember this story. Turn around, run, and never, ever look back.